Hi students, welcome to my class. Dear students, today we are going to discuss the new lessons, that is lines and angles. See students, it is a very important question chapter. So this is under in the geometry part. Okay. See, in that chapters we have to discuss the lines, types of lines, and then angles, kinds of angles, and the complementary, supplementary angles, adjacent, linear pair. So these concepts we have to discuss in this chapter. Okay students, firstly we have to discuss the point. What you mean about point? Okay, first we have to discuss the point. What do you mean about point? Point is a fixed mark. It is a fixed mark or fixed point. There is no any actual position. Okay, there is no any length, breadth and height. There is no any length, breadth and height. Okay, ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಲೆಂತ್ ಇರಲಿ, ಬ್ರೆಡ್ತ್ ಇರಲಿ, ಹೈಟ್ ಇರಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಥಿಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಅದು ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಗೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಲೈನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಲೈನ್? ಸೊ ಲೈನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್, and also one more thing, the point is denoted by the letter, any capital letter, any English capital letter, English capital letter. For example, see, this is a point A or point C or point X or point M. So any kinds of English capital letter or alphabet letters, you should give that name for this point. Okay. So next, come to the line. Line means, so it is a collections of a point. See, these are the points. Yes, these are collections of all points. If you make a line, so line having a no any end points, no end points on both sides. Line ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ end points ಇರಲ್ಲ. That means the line is expanded on both sides. It is extended on both sides, left and right side. It is expandable. So ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. It is not endless. It is not endless. So it is denoted by the letter, any capital letter. So symbolically I am giving for this name is AB. One example, AB is a line. So I will represent it symbolically. AB is a line. So AB you have to write in the capital letter. So after that, the above of the AB letter you should write symbolically this line. This is the symbol of the line. Okay, this is the symbol of line. Otherwise the point is XY. I am giving for XY name, therefore XY line. You should write symbolically. Okay, the next one, and then it having a no definite length. There is no any definite length. Definite adantaha length illa idike, because of we cannot measure easily for this line, because of it is a expanded on both sides, an infinite number of distance. That's why it is a no. It does not have a definite length and no breadth. Breadth is also not is there. Breadth and thickness is also not is there. Okay. Breadth and no breadth. It is not a definite length. It is having a length, but definite length there is no any definite length, because of it is expanded on both sides. And then line segment. What do you mean about line segment? Line segment means the part of a line. For example, this is one of the big line is there, so we have to cut it. We should cut that. We have to write here. Okay, ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಲೈನ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So that is called as line segment. So line segment having a two end points. Two end points are there. Two end points. This is one of the end points and this is another end points. If you put the two end points on both sides, there is no any extended on both sides for the line segment. Line segment to expand ಆಗಲ್ಲ in both sides ಅಲ್ಲಿ, but ಅದೇ ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ expand ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That's why it cannot having a definite length. But the line segment having a definite length ಇದೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ definite ಆದಂತಹ length ಇದೆ. Because of, for example, ಇದು ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು 10 cm 5 cm ಅಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ಲೆಂತ್ ಲೈನ್ ನ ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it cannot possible to measure the line. That's why the line segment having a two end points and definite length. There is no any breadth and the thickness. Okay. So next, the line segment can be represented the symbolically. I will give the for the name AB. So AB, you have to write the AB in a capital letter. After that, above after the AB letter, you should write symbolically AB. Sorry, line segment symbol like this. Put line, draw the line. After that, you should put the two endpoints. In a line, you should put the two or arrow mark on a both sides. In a line segment, you should put the two endpoints on a both sides. Okay. So next one, come to the next point, ray. What do you mean about ray, students? Ray and ray, no? Ray means it is also a part of a line, but see, this is it having a one end point, and another side is endless. Another side is endless. So one side of the end point is there, one side of the end point illa. There is no any end point at one side, having only one end point on the one side. That's why it is called as a ray. So ray can be represented the any capital letter OP. So I will write the OP symbolically like this. So one side you have to put the one end point, another side you put the arrow mark. It is also one side is expanded at an infinite distance, but another side there is no any extended because of it having an end point. Like this also we have to write the ray. Okay, so symbolically OP, like this you have to write it. It having a no any definite length. This is also there is no any definite length, but it having a there is no any breadth also, but having a only one end point, another side is endless. Understood, students? Yes. Yes, these are the line, point, line segment, and a ray. Okay. So next one. Question number, next one, angles and kinds of angles. So already we know it. Angles. What do you mean about angles? Angles andre no, very simple, students. Angles andre the two rays is starting from a same point. It form an angle. Or two rays, it's starting from the common point. Therefore, it forming one angle, that is, it forming one of the shape. This shape is called as angle. Okay. So like this is one of the ray from the point O, and this is also another ray from the same point. This is OA and OB are the two rays. It starts from O, it form one of the shape AOB. So this is called as what? Angles. Are you understood? Angles meaning? Yes. Now come to the types of angles or kinds of angles. Both are same. Kinds or types. So how many kinds are there? So there are 6 kinds are there. So one is acute angle, the right angle, obtuse angle, fourth one straight angle, number 5 a reflex angle, number 6 complete angle. Okay, see, acute, right, obtuse, straight, reflex and complete. So what you mean about acute angle? Acute angles means, see students, that the angles measures from 0 degree to 89 degree, 0 degree to or 1 degree to 1 degree to 89 degree. So then we call it as acute angle. For example, like this. So for example, this is one of the 30 degree. So this is an acute angle. So always acute angle shapes. So like this only it will come acute angle. Otherwise like this or like this or like this also acute angle. Acute means ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ obtuse ಅಂದ್ರೆ right ಅಂದ್ರೆ L shape ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Right means L shape. Obtuse means full open. Okay. So this is an acute angle. So next to right angles exactly 90 degree. Angles measures by 90 degree, that is called as right angle. The shape is like this, L shape. Okay, L shape is the right angle triangle, right angle. So obtuse angles means the angles measures 91 degree to 179 degree, 199 degree to 91 degree to 179 degree. For example, 120 degree is also a what? It's an example of obtuse angle. 150 degree is the examples of obtuse angle. 179 degree is also a obtuse angle. 180 degree not an obtuse angle. It is called as straight angle. 180 degree is measures by 180 degree is called as straight angle. Straight angles, how to draw the straight angle. So obtuse angle shape, we show now obtuse angle shape. See, like this obtuse angle shape. This is the obtuse angle. Okay. So full open ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, full bend ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Otherwise like this is also obtuse angle. Otherwise like this is also obtuse angles. Okay, or like this. So this is also obtuse. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ bend ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ obtuse angle. Okay. So next straight angle. See, this is the AOB. AOB is at 180 degree. So the straight line is always equal to 180 degree. Keep in your mind. Straight line is always equal to how much degree? 180 degree. Okay. So next the reflex angle. Reflex angle means, see students, this is an 180 degree. So this line is there. No? This line I will bend one more time. Okay. So all these is called as a reflex angle. Reflex angle. This is a reflex angle. This is also reflex angle. Okay. So interior is acute. It is a obtuse. Interior is exterior is reflex. This is obtuse. Obtuse or acute or right also. It will come right also. See, this is a reflex and inside is a right. ನೋಡಿ, ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಅಬ್ಟ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಅಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ರೈಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. ಎನಿವನ್. ಬಟ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಅಬ್ಟ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ರೈಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. Okay, so this is called as the reflex angle. Reflex angles is measures above 181 degree to 359 degree. Up to 359 degree are called as always what? Reflex angles. See, this is also reflex angle. Full reflex angle. Inside acute. Okay, so reflex angles. After that, complete angles means the angles measures what? 360 degree. So how to write the 360 degree? So one complete circle. The complete circle is called as a reflex angle because of, see, here to here how much degree? 180 degree. Correct. From here to here also 180 degree. So totally here to here how much degree? 360 degree. Total angles is equal to 360 degree. Therefore it is a complete angle. Okay, complete angle is the angles measures by 360 degree. This is called as complete angle. Are you understand the kinds of the angles? Yes. Next concept, friends, complementary angles. What do you mean about complementary angles and supplementary angles? What are the complementary angles? So very simple, students. Complementary angles means the sum of any two angles, the sum of any two angles is equal to how much degree? 90 degree. You can take any two angles. I will take one of the 60 degree and one is the 30 degree. If you add these two angles, the sum is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, these two are called as complementary angles. So, the sum of the any two angles are equal to 90 degree. Therefore, 60 degree and 30 degree is a complementary angle. The sum is equal to 90 degree. That's why it is called as a complementary angles. One more, 50 degree. The complementary angle of 50 degree is complementary 40 degree. The 40 degree complementary angle is 50 degree and 20 degree angle. So what is the 20 degree complementary of 20 degrees? 70 degree. Okay, and then 80 degree. The complementary of 80 degrees 10 degree. You should give any kinds of the angles. The sum is must be equal to 90 degree. So observe, students, you can take any two angles. The two angles is always a acute angles. The both are acute angles. You can take any two angles. The two angles must be acute angles. So that's why the sum of any two acute angles is equal to the 90 degree. That is called as complementary angles. So next one, students, supplementary angles. Are you understand the complementary angles? You can give some more examples. You should give the example for the complementary angles in your home. Okay, you should practice it. Next one, supplementary angles. Supplementary angles means here the sum equal to 90 degree, but then the supplementary, the sum of two angles are equal to how much degree? 180 degree. Okay, that's why it is called as supplementary. Supplementary angles means the sum of any two angles equal to 180 degree. For example, I will take 100 degree. 100 degree and the sum equal of the 80 degree. 100 degree and the 80 degree. The sum of these two angles is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, these two angles are called supplementary angles. The supplementary angles of 100 degree is 80 degree. The supplementary angle of 80 degree is 100 degree. Like that. So, one more example. 120 degree and 60 degree. The sum is equal to 180 degree. And 150 degree and 30 degree. Okay. See, observe students, 100 degree, 80 degree, 120 degree, 60 degree, 150 degree, 30 degree. You should observe these examples. See, in a supplementary angles, the sum of the two angles equal to 180 degree. The two angles, how are the two angles? The one angle should be a obtuse and one angle should be a acute. Obtuse and acute, obtuse, acute, obtuse, acute, except one, that is 90 degree plus 90 degree. So these two are also a supplementary angles, but equal to 180 degree. But is equal to 180. But these two angles are right angles. Correct. These two are the two right angles. The sum of the two right angles are equal to 180 degree. Therefore, two right angles is also a supplementary angles. So except this one case, the remaining examples always, in the remaining example always one should be acute, another should be obtuse. Okay, you can give any kinds of the examples. The sum must be equal to 180 degree. That's why this is called as supplementary angles. Are you understood? Yes. Next one, students, adjacent angles. What do you mean about adjacent angles? See, adjacent angles means A, O, B and C. I am taking A, O, B and B, O, C and A, O, C. See, O, A, O, B and O, C. These are the rays from the vertex of O. O is the vertices of the angles A, O, B and B, O, C and A, O, C. Okay. See, in a adjacent angles, the angles having a common vertex and common arms. See, common arm. See, in that AOB angle AOB. So this is the symbolically represented the angles. Okay. Otherwise, we should do like this AOB. Anytime we should represent that angle symbolically. The angle symbolically, like it, you should represent that angles. See, AOB one angle, okay, and BOC is the another angle, okay. BOC is the another angle. See, AOB, what is the vertices of the AOB? So O is the vertices. In the BOC, angle BOC, what is the vertices of BOC? It is also O. So here O is the common vertex, correct? ಎರಡು angles ಗೂ common vertex ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. AOB ಗೂ ಓನೇ vertex, BOC ಗೂ ಕೂಡ vertex ಓನೇ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದು common vertex. And also common arm ಇರಬೇಕು. Common arm ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? These are the sides. So arm means side. Okay, AOB, in that AOB and BOC, you should observe that the common arm is OB. OB is the common arm. Okay, common arm. That's why AOB and BOC are the two adjacent angles. These are the two adjacent angles. Very simple students. Adjacent angles ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಪಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ adjacent ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Adjacent angles. Adjacent angles means angles having a common arms and the common vertex, that is called as adjacent angles. So I will take one more example. A, B, C and D. This is O. In that AOB and BOC, 1, 2, 3. I will take 1, 2, 3 angle. Angle 1 and angle 2 is the what? Adjacent angles. Even adjacent. ಅಥವಾ 2 ಮತ್ತೆ 3. Angle 2 ಮತ್ತೆ angle 3. ಇವೆರಡು ಕೂಡ adjacent. 2 ಮತ್ತೆ 3. ಅದಾದ್ರೆ BOC and COD. These two are also called as adjacent because of common arm is OC and common vertex is O. In that angle AOB and BOC, angle common vertex is O and the common arms is OB. Understood? And angle 1 and angle 3 are the adjacent angles. Angle 1 and angle 3. That means angle AOB and COD are the adjacent angles, friends. AOB and COD. This angle and this angle are the adjacent angles? No, because it having common vertex is there, but common arm is there, common arm is like. So therefore, AOB and COD are not an adjacent angles. The adjacent angles are but adjacent angles it having common arm and common vertex. That is called as adjacent angles. So next, linear pair. So linear pair means, friends, linear pair. So linear means what? Linear means straight line. Linear means straight line. Pair and pair and 2. The straight line mattondhu pair and 2 barabeku. I mean linear pair andre the linear pair are the two adjacent angles, but the two adjacent angles are equal to the 180 degree. The sum of the any two adjacent angles is equal to 180 degree. That is called as linear pair. See, A, this is B and this is C. I will take it. AOC is the one of the angles. AOC and BOC is the another angle. BOC. So what these two angles? What type of these two angles? These two angles are adjacent angles. Is it right? Yes. See, AOC and BOC. It having a common arm. What is the common arm? OC. What is the common vertex? O. That's why AOC and BOC are the two adjacent angles. When the two adjacent angles sum, the sum of any two adjacent angles are equal to 180 degree. That is called as linear pair. Linear pair. So because of it is a straight line, no? This is a straight line, no? So the straight line, the angles of a straight line, how much degree? 180 degree. That's why I will call it as linear pair. For example, this is one of the 60 degree. Suppose this is B, this is A, this is C, and this is the O. Okay. Suppose angle BOC is equal to how much degree? 60 degree. Find the angles of AOB or X. Find the value of X. How can you find the X value? Very simple, friends. Angle AOB plus BOC. Angle BOC. If you add these two angles, it becomes how much degree? 180 degree because of linear pair. That's why. Linear pair ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಎರಡು sum ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 180 degree ಬರುತ್ತೆ. One angle ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? 60 degree. We should find the AOB. AOB means what? X. X plus 60 degree is equal to 180 degree. I want to calculate the X value. So 180, 60 if you send to the RHS, it becomes minus 60 degree. So therefore X is equal to 180 minus 60, it becomes 120 degree. Therefore, if the angles of the AOB is 120 degree, suppose angle BOC is 100 degree, sorry, 80 degree. BOC is 80 degree. What is the angles of the AOB? AOB is 100 degree. Very simple. Linear pair means a sum of the any two adjacent angles are equal to 180 degree, then it is called as the linear pair. Yes, friends, one more example I will take. Is it a linear pair or not? You should identify that. Okay. A, B, C and O. AOB BOC are they two? The sum is equal to 180 degree. Two angles na sum ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 180 degree ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು linear pair. Is there linear pair or not? It is not a linear pair because of it having any straight line. It doesn't having any straight line. That's why it is not a linear pair, but it is adjacent angles. So every adjacent angles is need not to be a linear pair. Every linear pair is are a adjacent angles. See, one I will take the linear pair. These two are the adjacent angles and also a linear pair. But this example is only adjacent, but it is not a linear pair. Okay. The sum of any two adjacent angles equal to 180 degree, then it is called as linear pair. The last one, friends, vertically opposite angles. What do you mean about vertically opposite angles? Vertically opposite angles. What do you mean by vertically opposite angles? See, friends, you should take any two line, it intersect at the one point. These two lines are intersecting lines. When two lines are intersect at the one point, that is O, I will call it as O. This is AB and this is the C. So when the two lines are intersect at one point, it forms a four angles. Count it, four angles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the four angles it formed. Correct. The four angles is there now. The opposite angles, see 1 and 3 vertically opposite. Opposite means edra badra ida. Hauda? 1 and 3, angle 1 and angle 3. So these two angles are the vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles 1 and 3. And one more thing, 2 and 4. 2 and 4. So these two vertically opposite angles is always equal to each other. Iveru equal ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Opposite angles ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ equal ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. For example, this is one of the 80 degree. I am taking 80 degree. 80 degree is the angle AOC is the 80 degree. Okay. So what is the angles of DOB or BOD? BOD is also becoming 80 degree. BOD is also becoming 80 degree because of vertically opposite angles are equal. That's why. Okay, students. So AOC 80 degree are COB or BOC. AOC, BOC. 1 and 2 you should observe that. You should leave it. This one leave it. AOB is a straight line. Okay. And OC is a standing on a straight line. AB. That's why it forms a linear pair. 1 and 2 what kind of pair? Linear pair. So the sum of the linear pair is equal to how much degree? 180 degree. So suppose this is 80 degree. AOC is 80 degree. Right? Just leave it there. 100 degree. Is it right? So that's why AOC is equal to 80 degree. BOC is equal to 100 degree. This 100 degree. Angle 200 degree. Angle 4 kuda 100 degree. These two are the opposite, vertically opposite angles. Okay. So that's why. Then here also linear pair. 2 and 3 is also a linear pair. So 100 plus 80, 180. So this is also linear pair. 3 and 4 is also a linear pair. 100 plus 80, 180. And 4 and 1 is also a linear pair. Okay. So there are 4 pairs are a linear pair. 2 pairs are a vertically opposite angles. 1 and 3, 2 and 4. So 2 pairs are the vertically opposite angles and 4 pairs are the linear pair. Are you understood what is the meaning about the vertically opposite angles and the properties? Yes, in a linear pair, the sum of the two adjacent angles are equal to 180 degree. In a vertically opposite angles are equal to each other. So these are the properties of the angles. Okay, students? Yes. In the next class, students, we have to discuss this related exercise problems are there. We have to discuss in the next classes. Okay? Thank you.